You have probably found yourself in situations where you see an incredibly beautiful woman and wonder whether she actually likes you. Many men are curious to know if there is a reliable method to be absolutely certain that a woman is interested in them. The answer to this question is a resounding yes, but only if you truly understand what to look for. And here's the kicker. Most men have no clue about what these signs are. The reality is that women always give off subtle, hidden, and revealing signals when they are attracted to a man and when they like him. If you can identify these small but significant signs and pay close attention to them, you can achieve something that most men are unable to. This, my friend, is a very powerful advantage. Before we dive into what these subtle signs are, it's crucial to grasp a fundamental concept. Women, by default, are generally not the ones who take the initiative. This means that while women might be interested, they are often waiting for the man to make the first move. When I was younger and didn't fully understand this dynamic, there were numerous occasions when my friends and I were around girls we had just met. Usually, at least one girl would give off several small signs indicating her interest. However, because I didn't know what these signs were, I never knew when the optimal moment to act was. Understanding that simply knowing these signs without taking action is utterly pointless is vital. In other words, if you notice a woman giving you these signals, it's crucial that you act upon them if you want to move forward. If you are interested in learning how to develop the traits and skills of high-value men, I'll provide a link in the first description of the video. The first sign may appear somewhat obvious, but it's actually quite subtle. It all revolves around acting in a submissive manner. One of the subtle indicators that a woman likes you, which many men fail to recognize, is when she occasionally lowers her chin while looking at you and smiles. You might have seen this behavior in Japanese cartoons, where girls are depicted as lowering their chins and gazing at you with wide open eyes. This is no coincidence. Women do this because it's a subtle form of submission. Within the female code, this gesture essentially communicates, "Come chase me." The act of chasing can actually be quite enjoyable, and this is what sparks attraction and forms the foundation of flirting. If you play your cards right when a woman gives you this signal, she's essentially inviting you to pursue her. So go ahead and engage in the chase. If she is interested in you, she will eventually stop running. Acting submissively is a great sign, though very subtle, and it can manifest in various ways. Nevertheless, the underlying message is always the same. Other subtle ways in which women may exhibit submissiveness when they are attracted to a man include taking up less physical space. This means keeping their arms and legs closer together. Another subtle sign is when they tilt their head and give you a slightly curious look along with a smile. Additionally, another indicator of attraction is when they open their eyes wider while looking at you. These subtle behaviors are all ways in which a woman might show that she is interested in you. Moving on to the second sign that 99.9% of women exhibit when they are attracted to you involves touching something. And no, this doesn't mean what you might initially think. Women often touch something like a necklace they are wearing, or even their own hair when they are around a man they find attractive. The exact reason behind this behavior is not entirely clear, and honestly, it might not be necessary to understand it fully. What's important is recognizing that touching something is a common behavior among women when they are interested in you. The next time you find yourself around a woman who you believe likes you, pay close attention to this behavior. You will likely observe her engaging in these subtle actions. The third sign involves talking a lot, which is something women do only if they are attracted to a man. When a woman is in the presence of a man she finds appealing, various love-related chemicals, including dopamine, are released in her brain. This sign can be somewhat challenging to detect unless you are aware of how much a woman typically talks when she is around someone she doesn't find attractive. If you notice that a woman starts talking significantly more frequently than what would be considered normal when she is near you, or if she seems to be making an extra effort to maintain a conversation with you, it's likely that she is interested in you. This increase in verbal communication is a way for her to express her attraction and keep the interaction going. The fourth sign involves engaging in overly feminine behavior. This is another subtle sign, so if you are not familiar with what to look for, it's easy to miss. I understand that feminine behavior might seem vague, so the best way to describe it is essentially when a woman acts in a dramatic manner. This is particularly evident in the way she speaks. For example, instead of conveying something in a straightforward way, she might use a more dramatic tone, making it sound more intense than it actually is, but always in a positive context. Essentially, every man has been surrounded by women displaying this kind of dramatic feminine behavior at some point. This behavior is what I refer to when I mention overly feminine behavior. I spent time observing a group of women and noticed how their behavior changes when they are in a group compared to when they are alone. You will begin to understand the distinction once you observe it closely. So, when I refer to overly feminine behavior, it's about how women act in a group setting in a much more pronounced and dramatic way. By now, you might be wondering why recognizing these signs is so important. The reason it's crucial is that women by default do not typically take the initiative. It's important to know this because most women will exhibit some or all of these behaviors and give you these signals if they find you attractive. But here's the catch. If you completely overlook these signs and fail to act on them, the woman will simply move on and direct her signals to the next guy who will recognize and respond to them. While this might seem unfair, it's just the way things work. Therefore, if you can recognize these subtle signs and act on them promptly, you'll be able to avoid the mistakes that many men make and seize the opportunities that come your way. These are 4 subtle signs that a woman likes you, or 4 things that women only do when they find you attractive. If you found this video helpful, and if the content resonated with you in any way, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. The channel has a wealth of content designed to help you become a higher-than-average guy. I sincerely hope that this message has been useful to you. I want to congratulate you greatly for having come this far and for having finished the video. That means that you want to improve as a person. If you liked the video, leave your comment. You don't know what to comment. Comment, "I dare," so I know you made it to the end. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and join us. Thank you for your attention. Until next time, warrior.